Hello, Stephen White, Steve Arts 89. Well, Madonna's premiere for Madame X went on in New York last night. Seemed to go fairly smoothly. Nothing seemed to go wrong. It was raining. They had a whole walkway sort of with barriers lining around the side of this building of the venue. And I think the assumption was fans had that they were actually going to have some contact with Madonna. So there were a lot of people who basically stood there in the rain and waited, lined up to see her. Now, when she arrived, of course, because they let people know it was on and to go, and there was some talk that if you posted pictures, there seemed to be some sort of competition to actually get in, and actually the idea of some fans might actually get in to see. I don't know what happened with that. But basically, she got there and she just walked straight in. She just put her head down, looked straight ahead and just walked and ignored the crowd pretty much. She didn't say hello to anyone. She didn't talk to anyone. She didn't take any photos. She didn't stop. She didn't sign anything. She didn't speak to anyone. She didn't wave. She just walked through. She had Malik on one side and someone holding an umbrella and someone in front of her with a camera filming it. And really, all the people there were just background, just to say, oh, look how important Madonna is. People still worship her. And, you know, she's here at a premiere, basically with all these fans waiting outside. And they really were just there for background. And that's the way Madonna rolls. I mean, I wasn't expecting anything more. She really doesn't respect fans who grovel at her feet. Now, there were people there screaming, oh, I love you, you're beautiful, you know, you're the best, you know, Queen, Madame X, all this stuff. And she's just like, because she doesn't respect those people. So, yes, she just did a thing. She went in, she did a little bit of interviewing, E.T. interviewed her. She was wearing an outfit that was there for attention. She had a crown which said F you. You can imagine the rest, you know, F you. Unfortunately, it broke, so she spent half of the interview holding it up because it was falling back. It was made like 10 years ago. And she was interviewed by E.T. She was asked about Britney, and she said that she basically congratulated her on the engagement. She'd just spoken to her and that she does talk to her and that, and she's doing well and she's happy for her and blah, blah, blah. She was asked a few basic questions about Madame X. Someone actually asked her, are you going to do a Las Vegas residency? Because we've been asked about that. And she's like, no, because she's never going to do that. She's never going to do a farewell tour either, so give that up. I know this. And she was basically saying, look, I'm working on my film, and then she basically left. And that was pretty much it. She didn't do a lot of interviews. She didn't do a lot of talking. Someone asked her what Madame X meant to her. She explained that. She looked okay. I mean, yep. She looked better at the after party, actually, because she changed, much like the VMA. She looked better at the after party than she did at the actual awards ceremony. But she went in, she did the premiere, and there's some conflicting reports about what it actually is. Now, I didn't have any friends who went. Like, normally I know someone who's at one of these things, so I can just ask them directly what happened or what it was. But I actually just have had to look at groups and videos and stuff to sort of work out what happened. And there's some conflicting reports. The main thing people are saying is it's not a documentary, it is a concert film. It's basically the whole concert. But there is some debate there as well. Some people are saying that Crave is missing, and some people are saying that it doesn't matter because it was just the dance remix, so no one liked it anyway. But I'm a bit upset that it's missing because I really feel it should have been complete. It's kind of like how Love Don't Live Here Anymore was missing from the Rebel Heart tour. Some people are saying it was because of rights, and that she couldn't get the rights, which is rubbish. She may not have wanted to pay for them, but she certainly could have gotten them. So I don't know why they removed that, and they added this little piece in about Michigan where they're talking about the arts movement there, and basically that's recovering from money issues and stuff. And no one other than people who live in Michigan would care about that. I don't know why it was in there. It just takes up 3 minutes of the concert, which could have been Love Don't Live Here Anymore, or it could have just made the concert shorter. So what I'm hearing is that there is very little backstage footage, and it's all revolving around her injury, and it's just sort of peppered through the film, and it's really not that distracting. It doesn't take up a lot of space. It's not like, this is absolutely not In Bed with Madonna or I'm Going to Tell You a Secret, which is what some fans were afraid of, that we'd basically lose half the concert and just have a bunch of backstage stuff, which could have been done as a straight documentary on its own. But so this is what Drowned Madonna said, because I kind of trust some of these people. According to the latest speculation, fans that attended yesterday's premiere report that the Madame X tour concert film is the full show, not including Crave, with very few backstage footage moments documenting Madonna's injury mostly. Some also describe the edit as out of this world. They're probably simps. Because a lot of people had problems with the editing on the Rebel Heart tour. Some people said it was the same as MDMA, which they had problems with as well, but I felt the editing there sort of matched the feel of the show and the theme of the show, whereas Rebel Heart was very different and it should have been done differently, and it just felt very auto-cut, just like every couple of seconds was cut. It was just really mechanical and not done very well. Then there were people who were saying they had some more details. They said the speeches were shortened to come from and came from different shows and cities. The show is mostly Lisbon footage. It's not a documentary. Some people said it reminds them of Hamilton, how that was shown on Disney+. There was no behind-the-scenes moments except infamous Blonde Ambition 1990 Rome speech, Basta per favor, before Dark Ballet. I don't know what that is. Batuka intro is intact and complete. And of course my phone wants to switch off right when I'm reading that out. The show is edited in fast cuts, not a classical concert, which is what people are afraid of, that it's all like MTV editing, just cut, because they're trying to compete with music videos, which is, it's not a music video, it's a concert. You want to be able to appreciate the staging and the choreography. You want to actually see it and have time to appreciate it, not have just cutting every dance move into its own separate shot. It's just, if they're doing that, it's not going to go over well. But she didn't promise not to do that. Fans complained about it, but she never said anything like, yeah, people complained, I'm going to do this differently. So we've got no assurances that they're not going to do that. The BIT scene on the night is Dave Chappelle, which I think is a huge loss because they had far more interesting beer individuals. They had Lil Nas X, who's hot right now. They had Katy Perry. They had, of course, Jenny. They had a lot of more interesting people. Apparently Israel is the Polaroid, which is interesting considering the controversy around the Polaroid, which I can't talk about. The audio and sound is apparently really good. Supposedly you need to listen to it on headphones to really appreciate it. And fan shots from all cities are included, much like the Rebel Heart tour, where they just threw everything in, which was good for people, obviously, from other concerts who got to see themselves, even though it was the Sydney concert. But it was a bit messy. So, yeah, that's all I know about it. But I'm glad that it's predominantly a concert film. I'm glad that, I'd be happy to see a separate documentary about the making of that from the beginning right through. Because one thing that In Bed with Madonna missed was the preparation, because they started filming sort of randomly, sort of just as they went into sort of actually staging the show. They didn't really, they weren't planning to do it when they started off the concert. I'm going to tell you secrets a little bit different. And some of the other concerts they showed selecting the dancers and stuff, but I'd really like to see a Madonna concert from inception, planning, performing, all the way through. Sorry, I'd like to see that, but we haven't seen that yet. We've sort of seen different parts of the concert sort of experience through some of the specials and documentaries and special features. But yeah, I'd rather it be a separate thing and the concert be a separate thing and not sort of splitting them up, because as great as the footage sort of, it helps the documentary, you want to watch the concert, you want the whole concert. And for years fans have been crying about Blonde Ambition because we only have really great footage in In Bed with Madonna. We don't have, Truth or Dare for those in America. In Australia it was called In Bed with Madonna, so I always forget and call it that. But yeah, so it's like we're missing out on new footage because we're not getting the documentary footage, but we are getting more of the concert. And I haven't heard anything about the reshot stuff. So what I'm led to believe is that the stuff they shot were all inserts. They were all shot to fit in seamlessly with the rest of the footage. So they were just there to replace shots that didn't work or get shots they didn't get, because maybe they were planning to do more shots in the last couple of concerts, which they didn't get to film, obviously, because they didn't actually happen. They got cancelled. So I'm kind of glad of that as well, because although it would have been nice to have stuff shot specifically for this that were shown as performances specifically for this like documentary or for the film or whatever, it's kind of nice that you do get the whole concert and they're not replacing parts of the concert with reshot stuff. If they're just doing inserts and elements to sort of perfect that, then I think that's better. So some good, some bad, but I'm just going to leave it there because I don't have a final report or anything. So feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. If you have any news, let me know. If you were there, let me know what happened. I'm going to go and I shall await seeing it soon.